All right. I think it's live. I do this every single time. And I'm like, is it live? I don't know.
I noticed that.
I
I was
should-
watching some of your old episodes.
You're like, every single time. Okay, we're good. Welcome to this week's happy hour edition. I've slowly getting better at this. The sun is to the side of us this week instead of behind us, so we won't be losing the last 15 minutes of the show to sunshine being in our eyes. But today we have Casey Morgan. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Fellow Heber-ite. We both grew up in... Are you in Midway? Did you grow up in Midway?
No, I grew up in Timberlake.
In Timber Lakes, okay.
Yeah. But I kind of grew up at Nash's house, which is
across the street
across
from
the
my house.
street. So yeah.
So yeah, it's cool to have a fellow hometown friend to play music with today. So we're gonna make martinis. Well, not martini. We're gonna make Gibsons, which is different than a martini.
It's a vodka martini with a cocktail onion as a garnish.
Yeah. So that's the primary difference. But why do you like them so much?
I mean, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't because of the name.
Fair.
I love Gibson guitars, but I also like onions and I love vodka martinis. So
It's the
that's
best
a
of all the
trifecta.
worlds.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I don't like vodka very much, and martinis are basically just vodka. But I like the olive juice and the vermouth and the mixture.
Nice. I don't really drink martinis often or ever, so this will be outside of my realm. So you have to tell me if they taste good because I won't know.
Okay. Aren't you a bartender?
I'm just okay though. Mostly a lot of like draft beers and cans of Bud Light is what's happening in my bartending life. But yeah, we'll get into it. We'll open with a cocktail. Look at this. I have glasses chilling already.
Oh.
It's like I know what I'm doing.
Look at that.
So, all right. Should we make two together? Or should we make one at a time?
Well, you're the bartender. Is it possible to make two
We can
together?
make two. We just can't guarantee.
Or do you want the same thing as me though? That's the question.
I'm gonna try it. I don't know that I've ever had a Gibson, so.
Okay.
But okay? So tell me about it though. I got olives and onions. So you want a dirty martini, right?
Right.
Okay. So do you do the dirty with the olive juice or with the onion juice?
I've honestly never tried it with the onions, but we could experiment. I don't know if we're gonna do two.
Maybe the second round.
Maybe the second round we'll try the cocktail onion
Okay.
juice.
I like to measure my liquor just because.
Me too.
Oh, I spilled it. That means we have to put more in. All right. Is that enough vodka?
For two of us?
One more? What do you think?
Yeah, we want two each. I think that's
Two each, like we're in a real state with
like
real
we're
liquor laws.
actually not. Yeah, in Utah.
Okay.
I guess if you're a bartender, that means that you're accustomed to only putting
Yeah, an ounce and a half.
an ounce and a half, one
So
shot.
for anyone who's not in Utah watching us, we have strict liquor laws that only allow an ounce and a half of a primary liquor in your beverage. So you don't get very good martinis in the state, except for at Alicia's happy hour. We will see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I
So
have
just
faith.
like a dash of vermouth, right?
Well, so
How much?
you're supposed to coat the glass.
Okay.
I like a lot of vermouth. Most places don't actually even put vermouth in.
They just
the
put it in the
martini.
glass and then toss it out.
You pretty much, yeah, you want to toss the ice first, I believe. And I'm sure some bartenders are watching this going, nice. I'm sure some bartenders or savvy people are,
You just do it like that, right?
yeah, pretty much.
Just like a little.
Maybe like a little more.
And then you put. Oh,
Yeah, that's perfect.
is that perfect? Oh, I nailed it. Yeah, you hold on to that. I'll do this. It's my house.
I'm sure some bartenders are having
They're
a
just like, oh my God.
heart attack right now.
You know what? This isn't as bad as the time that a bottle of club soda exploded all over me. So you know what? We're cool. Okay.
We've only just started, so
It's the first 5 minutes. Okay, so then you want dirty, right?
dirty.
So we'll dash of this. I mean, for two.
Oh, you want a lot more than that. Even just a little more. That's good. Whoa, way too much.
All right, shaken or stirred? James Bond?
Honestly, I guess the
or-
difference is that it breaks up the chunks. I don't know. This is a bartender's worst nightmare, I suppose, watching us try to figure this out. But I think shaken, because it breaks up the ice chunks and gives you like a little, kind of like a little slushy.
Just hard to get out.
I'm acting as if I know. Kind of. As if like he's inflecting upwards at the end.
Alright, your job is to get the cocktail ambience out. Look, I even got toothpicks.
Thank
I'm so prepared. My mom says, Olive, shake till it's chilled on the outside. My mom does know how to bartend.
you. You can't tell on the outside because you have a...
It's, yeah, with
Oh,
the
I guess
little,
you can.
It's good. I can feel it. It's definitely frosted. Okay. No, I can't get the lid off. There we go. This is like a crowd-sourced martini. Look, it's like a real cocktail in a real state. It fills the glass. When I make them at my job, they're like super puny and not full. And my customers are like, where's the rest of it?
Oh yeah, see, that was perfect, right?
Nailed it. It's like I know what I'm doing. Oh my god, it's so pretty.
The toothpick might be a little short there.
This is so classy. I had to borrow these cups for this.
I'm a really classy guy. I don't know. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a really classy guy. I keep it classy all the time. Never drink gross beers. I don't drink
I don't even
Coors
know what
Light or anything
PBR
like
stands
that.
for.
I don't. Pabst Blue Republic.
All right. Well, cheers to these fancy, fancy drinks. Pinkies out.
Cheers. Thank you for having me. Oh, did I do that?
What?
Did I do the pinkies out, or did
I
you
don't
say
know.
it?
I
Or
said
you were
it, and
saying
let's just,
okay.
it just
I
seems
do
like
that
the right thing
sometimes
to
by
do.
accident. See, that's really good.
All right. I did it.
I mean, I don't know if, when I suggested martinis, I don't know if you knew that it was basically just vodka.
Oh, I knew. I did one week. I did a Flying Dutchman, which was just gin and triple sec. And it's delicious, but it is problematic for a long... Yeah, you can only have one or two.
What did you call a Flying Dutchman?
Flying Dutchman.
Gin and triple sec.
Mhm.
I don't think I've ever tried that.
I mean, they're good. With like a twist of lemon or something. Or orange, I think. One of the two. Anyway, they're quite tasty, but watch out, because they'll get you. All right. Some people are tuning in. Kent, hi. Open the vermouth in a room nearby. That's close enough. You just have to open the bottle. You don't have to put it in. Anyway.
Oh, copy.
So, you have the option. Do you want to start us off or close us out?
I don't know.
There's
Are
no
you
pressure
gonna-
either way.
Are you gonna... Is it a faux pas to have you go first?
No, there's no rules.
I just got done teaching and drove here at like 90 miles an hour.
Okay. Then I'll start us off. You just take a breather, enjoy your cocktail,
Excuses, I know.
relax a little bit,
I might
you know.
need a little bit of this amazing martini.
Ugh, you had a big day. Let's just start your Labor Day weekend a little bit early. Anyway, I'm going to play a song called Halfway to Houston. It's been a couple weeks since I played this song on this show. This is a token breakup song. You know, as you do. Sometimes you gotta write breakup songs. It's part of it. Anyway, when I wrote this song, I had never been to Houston, but I have since been to Houston. It didn't seem important that I had to actually be in Houston for the sake of the song content.
You were going to Houston.
Yeah, I was halfway. Anyway, it's terrible jokes. Terrible jokes. Anyway, this is Halfway to Houston. I was up before the sun that morning, tiptoeing on eggshells and packing up my car. The key was on the counter when I locked the door behind me, so I wouldn't have the chance to change my mind. he glad to see me gone? And I was trying not to turn that car around. I was halfway to Houston when I broke down. I guess you could say that nothing happened. It's not the same as saying nothing was wrong. How could we not notice a tender touch turn cold? It takes time to build a callus thick enough. I was halfway to Houston by the time he woke up. Did he wonder, was I coming back? Or was he glad to see me gone? I was trying not to turn that car around. I was halfway to Houston. I broke down. For the first time, oh, in a long time, I had the chance to ask myself just what I needed. Oh, the interstate gave me space to see it. And then every mile hurt just a little less. And I was halfway to Houston by the time he woke up. Did he wonder, was I coming back? Or was he glad to see me gone? And I knew that there was no turning around. And I was halfway to Houston, halfway to Houston, halfway to Houston, and I broke down. Yay, thank you. As my dog goes crazy in the background.
Patty, you're not clapping.
Oh, Pat.
So, I'm curious. Is this just something that I'm making up, or is the whole point of the song that you were on the phone and the phone was breaking up?
Oh, that's an interesting perspective. But no.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. No one has brought that up before. But what's funny, because that you say that, is when I first started to write the song, I was thinking of a phone conversation. But I vetoed that idea because as I was like trying to say halfway to Houston over and over again, like I felt like I couldn't make that still make sense like the third time you say it. But you can drive to Houston for a really long time. So to me it was like, okay, I can make this into a drive, but I couldn't make it into a phone call because I was like, are you just still on the phone? Like, what are you doing? By the third chorus, I'm like, are you still on the phone?
Well, there you go, halfway to Houston part 2.
Yeah. 3/4 of the way to Houston.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So you're halfway to Houston and you're on the phone. If anybody's ever been through a breakup, they know you're on the phone a lot, and then the phone starts to the signal starts to break up.
Yeah. Oh.
See?
I like that though.
Underlying meanings that you need to be prepared for later when other people
when the question is asked. Noted, duly noted. But that was kind of the thing. It's like I don't really know, like when the whole like when I broke down kind of thing. It was like, it's like I feel like it's supposed to have a couple different meanings, but let's just add that to the list of meanings. I like it.
You were when I said that, you were supposed to be like, yeah, that's exactly.
None of the other stuff I said.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
It. I'm glad that you picked up on that.
Nailed it. You totally interpreted it. It was just funny because I'm like, I really did think of that. That was like the very first iteration of the song was the whole phone call thing, and then I
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
changed my mind.
I like the composition, the chords that you decided to use are awesome.
Okay, thank you. Also, I know like you're way better at guitar than me, so if you want to like noodle on anything and like add some sparkle, by all means,
Cool, I like it.
sparkles are fun.
Cool, perhaps I will.
Okay,
As long as we don't get too many martinis
fair.
going,
That's fair.
I'm gonna hydrate.
Good
Okay?
call.
This is really doing a number on me.
Oh, we'll have to have some snacks so that, you know, I have some like peanuts and stuff. Anyway, so what are you gonna play for us today? What kind of songs did you bring to the table today?
To be honest, don't panic. I brought some songs prepared. But to be honest, I've been pondering on which ones to start with, and you know, I thought about switching a couple out. But I thought I'd start with one that's pretty simple that I've been doing for a long time. A lot of the music that I've written, I wrote actually over the course of like 5 or 10 years, where I would just keep coming back to these same tunes and then just kind of expanding on them further and further. So the first one that I prepared, are we doing it now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's your turn.
Your martini's not done?
No.
Okay.
Oh no, we're just getting a song swap. If our drinks get empty, then we'll make more.
The first one the first one that I'm going to play is called Sheep's Clothing. And you know what I did? I brought all my stuff, but I left it over here. So 1 second.
No worries. Hi to Mike and Jen and Steve and Sarah and Joshua who are all tuning in. Glad you're here. Thanks for tuning in this week. I can see comments over here, so say all the comments. They're my favorite part. Well, the martini's pretty good, but comments are right up there.
Okay, so I wrote this one probably like 10 years ago with Sean Davis. When we were maybe 20 or 21, we used to go down to the desert a lot with all the guys that we went to high school with. We'd go down to Moab. We found some really cool rocks. We were sitting on the rocks and I started playing this riff. And it's it's somewhat political. Not overtly political, but there's an underlying political message. And I've found lately that the message that I wrote in probably 2010 or 11 is probably more relevant now.
Interesting. That's always nice. Like, I feel like...
Get him!
God, he was chasing birds. I lost my thought. Thanks, Pat. Something about the evergreenness of certain. It's like interesting how these messages are coming back around and staying evergreen. Where at some point in your life, a political message might have meant one thing, and somehow, weirdly, it's still relevant. Anyway, play this. I would like to hear the song.
That's okay. So, yeah, it's called Sheep's Clothing, and it's basically a message about how don't sell yourself out and don't sell yourself short, and don't buy into the bullshit. Common theme in music.
Good
but-
advice. Good advice.
souls down on the corner. Feeling down, don't carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Selling souls down on the streets. You're feeling free, baby, take a ride with me. You're just a wolf in sheep's clothing that's stolen. Spend your life hiding behind that suit and tie. Spend your life hiding behind that dollar sign. Won't you wonder why? Won't you wonder why? But it's just a wolf in sheep's clothing that's stolen the flock and led them all astray. Selling souls down on the corner. You're feeling down, don't carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Spend your life hiding behind that suit and tie. You spend your life hiding behind that dollar sign. The night on the end of your life, won't you wonder why? Won't you feel alive? But it's just a wolf in sheep's clothing that's stolen the flock and led them all astray. It's just a wolf in sheep's clothing that's stolen them all astray.
Lovely. I love that. That's a cool riff.
Thanks.
And I like this fancy move that you got. The slide over the top of the neck. That's cool. That's good for stage presence.
I stole that from a one James Marshall Hendricks.
Heard of
I
him.
saw him do this a lot. Or this. He would turn over his thumbnail and do it backwards. But he actually used his thumbnail, so it created like a
Screechy, like
a slide sound, almost
Oh.
like you were using like this thing.
Oh yeah. Cool. Well, nice moves. I liked it a lot. How's the sun in your retinas treating you?
It's good. It's nice. I've been inside a studio all day, so I need the
Some vitamin D in your
vitamin
life.
D. Yeah.
All right, so every week I do a cover, and so I asked you for your, we'll talk about this in a moment, but I have people vote, and I didn't have very many votes this week, but I picked a Patty Griffin song, and since Kenneth is tuned in, or Kenneth asked for this song, right? Anyway, so I'm going to do this song before the martini really sets in, because...
Thanks, Kenneth.
So,
Can we do it once before and once after? Just
like a compare, a back-to-back.
Yeah, exactly.
The next
So
time I
before and
play it,
after.
it's just Freebird. Anyway, so here's the song. It's a Patty Griffin tune. I don't know if you've met my dog Patty. She's around here chasing birds.
She's right here.
But she's named after Patty Griffin. And this song is written about a dog. So, Patty, this song's for you today, so pay attention. Thanks for sharing. Anyway. And I think my sister walked down the aisle to this song. This was at her wedding. I can't remember. This is what she walked down the aisle to, or her first dance when he was there. And she's tuned in. So, hi, Paula. Oh, heavenly day. All the clouds blew away. Got no troubles today. With anyone, no. Smile on your face. I live only to see. It's enough for me, baby. It's enough for me. Oh, heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day. Tomorrow may rain with sorrow. Here's a little time we can borrow. Forget all our troubles in these moments, so few. Because right now the only thing that we really have to do is have ourselves a heavenly day. Just lay here and watch the trees sway. Can't see no other way. No way, no way. Oh, heavenly day, heavenly day, heavenly day. No one on my shoulder bringing me fears. Got no clouds up above me bringing me tears. Got nothing to tell you, I got nothing much to say, except I'm glad to be here with you on this heavenly, 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 heavenly day. Oh, all our troubles have heavenly day. We got through it. We made it. Woo! All right. Now I can really kick this
What do
back.
you mean we made it? That was awesome. That was
Thank
so
you.
good.
Thank you so much. I love me some Patty Griffin. She's probably one
I
of
thought
my...
that was really, really awesome. I don't think
Thank
I've
you.
ever heard that particular song before,
No.
but all those female vocal inflections, there's no way. Sorry, but that's a female thing. The
Little,
really, really quick,
oh,
really,
heavenly day. Like that kind of stuff?
yeah, the really quick vibrato.
Oh, yeah.
That,
I have a weird
in
vibrato.
in those high pitches, really difficult. It's not difficult for me because I'm,
A pro.
Just kidding.
Like that.
That's Bruno Mars.
Just like that. Oh, that was a really good Bruno Mars impression.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, Patty Griffin's one of my, like, top influences. Big fan of, she's super inspirational, of course. You know, who doesn't love her? She's a powerhouse. But, so I asked for, I texted you this, you know, it's cool, whatever. This is a casual show. There's no rules. Just enjoy yourself.
You don't say.
But I asked for, like, your favorite either influences or who you're listening to. Like, maybe you just have this one album on repeat.
Yeah,
Or...
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of a dick. I shouldn't say I'm a dick. I'm just a classic musician. I didn't read. I just saw your address in the thing, and I was like, I already know where you live. So, and then I read it on my way here, and I was like, oh no, she.
There's,
asked,
like, all this other information.
yeah, there's more things than just
Okay.
where she is. But yeah, so things that I have on repeat lately.
Oh yeah, like what are your 3 artists that you jam to, or like influenced what you learned, influenced how you write? Top 3 that come to mind that are just on your mind right now.
So I have to say, and before it was obscure, maybe like a year or 2 ago, or 3, but now Tyler Childers is becoming very, very mainstream.
Yeah.
But he's been a huge influence on my music, just not just composition, not just the chords and the music, but he really is, in my opinion, the most brilliant lyricist, like, of
He's
our
pretty
time.
unapologetic, which I appreciate, especially where he's sitting in the world of, like, popular country music. I don't want to say pop, but he's bordering on being like...
It's all... well, now it's becoming popular.
Yeah, but there's a... Yeah, I know... Yeah, but he, like, came from this alternate, or, like, kind of red dirt country.
Yeah, they call it alternative country. So, Sturgill Simpson actually produced his big record, Purgatory. So
Oh, yeah.
Sturgill Simpson
I think
helped.
Ben Weiss and I talked about that one day. I don't think we talked about it on screen. I think we talked about it after the 2 mojitos we had.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, he's just an amazing lyricist. I can't say I'm a huge fan of his newest album, which I would say is starting to shift more into. And I think that's what happens with a lot of really great artists is they come out with something very original that people love, and it has a lot of really great aspects and unique qualities to it, and then they blow up and they need to...
Sony's like, you're mine!
Yeah, they need to either cater to their their record label, or they just fold under the pressure of and I'm not trying to talk on...
I can only imagine being that successful and having to make those choices.
Right, yeah,
Like,
imagine being Tyler Childers. I mean, he's younger than us. He's like, I think he's probably 29 or 30 right now. I won't say how old you are. No.
Appreciate it. Oh, great.
No, we're the same age. Come on. Come on. You graduated 1 year earlier
Yeah,
than me?
but I'm young for my grade, so I think we're the same age.
Well, and I'm young for my grade,
Oh, well,
so
then I'm a
you're
year older
way
than you.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
I'm an old lady.
We're pretty much the same age. But yeah, so Tyler Childers, we're going way far on this one artist. The other couple of people that I've been getting into lately, and I say people because I've been focusing a lot more on singer-songwriter thing, like singer-songwriter aspect. Lucas Nelson is really, really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And if you knew me from like a younger age, you wouldn't expect me to say like country things. Like I've always been into really classic rock stuff. When you ask me my 3 favorite artists, I was hesitant. That's why I hesitated. I like beat it around the bush. Beat around the bush? I don't know. Anyway.
Voted.
But I'd probably say Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and the Rolling Stones, which is probably the most cliche possible thing that you could really say as a musician. But that's true. All-time favorites: Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones. But contemporary, I actually really like Sturgill Simpson, Tyler Childers, and if I had to say like one more thing that I'm constantly putting on, ironically, John Prine. I've only just discovered John Prine, and he died like a couple of years, or a couple months ago.
Yeah, he was a COVID. So it's interesting because I come from, my influences, I would say, like come from like a mishmash, because I played in a rock band for a long time, and so I have a lot of these influences from playing in that band, of like Stevie Ray Vaughan, like was a really big influence on the way that we wrote and the way that we played songs. But then like my all-time favorite band is the Indigo Girls. Like how those are pretty different.
I'm sorry, I have to smile.
I love the Indigo. I've seen him a bunch of times. I met him once. It was like the best day of my life. Anyway, but yeah, like it's just funny how, but I feel like there's part of me that I am super lyric driven, and so when you say those names, it's like, okay, yeah, like Lucas Nelson, like that song, Forget About Georgia is such a good song. I love that song. But like, I don't know, there's so much to be learned from these. I've been on a big Guy Clark kick lately, and I knew about Guy Clark.
I've never listened to Guy Clark.
Yeah, and like I knew about him, but I wasn't like, I hadn't done my homework, and so I learned one of his songs one week for this show, and then I was just like, this song is so good. And I will sit and think about the lyrics of that song just like throughout the day. I'll be like, that is such a good line. And then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, yeah, but that next line, oh, that's deep. So like I've been on this Guy Clark path, and I'm like, how have I been writing songs for like 10 years, and now I'm just getting into Guy Clark? I'm like, it's just, but you can't listen to all the music.
Well, I've never heard
all the time.
So, well, I'll have to crank it on the way home.
Guy Clark on level 11. He's like in the John Prine world. Like I would put him in that zone.
In
he's
the
like
Uber.
Texas.
Relax, okay? Oh, shoot.
Oh. Well, if you play a song, I'll make another round.
Okay.
How about that?
All right. Sounds good.
That means I need to finish mine. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? And yes, Kenneth, my dog, is named after Patty Griffin. 100%. And Patty O'Reilly. It was kind of a joint situation. Anyway, we won't go there. We won't go into that. Past relationship. All right, what are you going to play for us next?
Okay, so the next song that I'm going to play is actually the single that I released with the band that I've been playing with most recently. I used to play in a band called Red Dog Revival. We went our separate ways. It's what happens when you play with friends from high school for almost a decade. Everybody wants to go their separate ways. So when we did, I made my way into a new group of musicians, and we decided we were going to call ourselves Thieves Run Wild. I'll say that again. Thieves Run Wild, not Girls Gone Wild. We only noticed... Well, a lot of people are like, I feel like I've heard of that band name before, and it took me like a few months before I realized why, because Thieves Run Wild and Girls Gone Wild are very similar phonetically.
Oh, jeez.
Luckily, COVID, took us out, so we don't actually play anymore. However, we did... And I say that.
Says none of the musicians who.
I say that because of the name, not because of anything else. Yeah. So this is the first single that we release, and it's called Lady Luck. it's really about getting out of your hometown. I'm sorry. It's about getting out of your hometown and then coming back to the people that you love and being able to celebrate and maybe hit the road on the way.
All right. Lady Luck. I was going to say there's some irony because we're both from this town and we're both just sitting here.
A lot of conflicting elements there. If you're not from this town, then you don't know that it's really easy to keep coming back and leaving and then coming back again.
It's just so
leaving.
pretty and
Yes.
it's easy to get to. It's a good town to be from. Did I do 3 shots? 2 shots.
Oh, remember, we're going to put some of this in there this time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good call. I was about to do that next. I'm glad we talked about it. So is this a song that I can shake in time to your...
Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah. Whatever you want. Okay, let's try it again because the camera made me nervous and everything. So.
I got all the juice in my eye. Onion juice in my eye.
Sunrise, sunset, all work and no play. Sunlight coming in my windows, getting duller each day. Spinning in my head, I feel, is it a dream or is it real? Sunlight coming in my windows, getting duller each day. Brothers, take me back home where I belong.
This is literally where the drums come in.
On the other side of the tracks where the grass grows tall. My brothers from my side, pretty thin up my mind. Sun shining all day long. Brothers, take me back home where I belong. You've been feeling alone, honey, down and out and on your own. Nobody hit the road, roll and shake it to the break of day. Yeah. You've been feeling alone, honey, down and out and on your own. Nobody hit the road, roll and shake it to the break of day. Yeah. Lady Luck is a pretty little thing indeed.
Oh, I messed up. Here we go.
Brothers, take me back home where I belong.
No, I didn't. Here we go.
Lady Luck is a pretty little thing indeed. But she don't give me everything that I need. Sleeping in my bed, she got into my head, and I never know when she run out on me. Now Lady Luck is a pretty little thing indeed. She told me, you've been feeling alone, honey, down and out and on your own. Nobody hit the road, roll and shake it to the break of day. Yeah. Lady Luck is a pretty little thing indeed. You've been feeling the souls that been tied, torn and ripped and free. Raise a glass up to the night, stars fall from the sky. At least it was you and me. Lady luck, it's a pretty little thing indeed. But you've been feeling alone, honey, down and out and on your own, nobody. Hit the road, roll and shake it to the break of day, yeah. You've been feeling alone, honey, down and out and on your own, nobody. Hit the road, roll and shake it to the break of day, yeah. You've been feeling alone, honey, down and out and on your own, nobody. Hit the road, roll and shake it to the break of day, yeah. Lady luck is a pretty little thing indeed. Lady luck is a pretty little thing indeed.
Dang. That's the improv version.
I like it. I like it a lot. This seems like a fun band. I would like to go see if that's something you could do right now. But you can't.
There's nothing you can do as a rock band anymore.
If you want to bring your rock band to my backyard and live stream it, you can.
I see a spot. But
Good. My neighbors, they're cool. They haven't yelled at me yet, and their house is far enough away. We should be okay. We're golden. This version
okay.
is very different. I hesitated because I was smelling the juice and being like, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but it's very different. But it's a good reaction.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
That's good.
Oh yeah,
it's a different kind of good.
That's just onion juice.
It's just like it'll go well with like a cheeseburger. I feel like.
I mean, you could feed that to a rabbit, and they wouldn't even know that there was alcohol in that. It's just all onions.
Kenneth says, Casey, very nice sound. There's something in the water in Heber.
Who said that?
Kenneth said that.
Thanks, Kenneth.
And Janet said, good shaking.
Thanks.
In the rhythm.
Somebody's paying attention.
Yeah. We got some people tuned in. There's a few people still paying attention to our shenanigans, so that's good. That's great news. This is fun. It's funny because I don't know. I just enjoy these backyard chats. It's a good time.
It's not funny. It's awesome.
It's fun. I am having a great. Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Great.
So.
Are you having a blast?
It was always
fans?
one of my dreams. So my father passed away a while ago. No need for sorries or whatever, but before he passed away, it was one of my dreams to be on like a late night talk show, and him be like at his house like cooking chicken or grilling steaks and being like, oh, there's Casey on, you know. Well, it would have been Conan O'Brien then, but Conan was on a little late. Or Jay Leno or David Letterman. Now it's Jimmy Fallon. Anyway.
Yeah.
That was always one of my dreams. So thank you for helping me realize my dream.
Yeah. It's a mid-afternoon.
My dad's grilling chicken somewhere like
late afternoon. He's like, oh, he's on the Felicia's Talking Happy Hour. I'm sure, yeah. He's a subscriber. He's got to be. Anyway, it's kind of like between two ferns, but between a pine tree and an alder tree.
Two cocktails.
Between beyond two cocktails. Anyway, I'm gonna do a song that I wrote for my niece. I haven't played this one on here in a while. It's just got a facelift, so I just rewrote the bridge part. I think it's called a bridge. It's the part that's different from the rest of the song that you repeat. Anyway, so I
call that the bridge. I'm a little bit scared of what's going on over here, though. What is that?
Is there too many capos? Where's Brent Ryan, who's gonna get down there and talk shit?
Capos.
Do you have more capos?
I've never seen a capo like that.
You haven't seen it? You teach guitar?
It's like My Little Pony. This is like a My Little Pony capo. I've never seen that before in my life.
That's the best. I always get shit for this capo, by the way. And someone's going to tune in and be like, do you need more capos? It's either going to be John Sherrill or Brent Ryan is going to give me a hard time. But It's basically like a dad but cheating.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see.
But then
It
I
is
transposed
it is
it.
dad, but you've just moved it up, so it's not dad
Yes,
gad.
it's dad gad
It's
on the
it's
third
good
fret.
it's good to something. It's good to go.
It's good to go.
It's GDG. It's anyway. Go ahead.
Nerdy jokes. Anyway, but the nice thing about it is you can play behind the capo, so then you get these notes too. So you have bonus notes, and you can do it on the fourth
Cheater.
fret, and then you can have like
Cheaters tricks that I'm gonna steal.
Anyway, it's fun. You don't have to know anything. You can just get one for $10 and then be like, I'm so good at music.
I had no idea.
What?
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Before you get started, I've always said that female artists are much more intelligent than male artists because they use the capo all the time. So I hate to say it, but I love Taylor Swift. I don't love her music, but I love her personally.
Fair. That's fair.
I don't care for her music at all. But she uses a capo on more songs than not. And I feel like female artists are better about using capos because they know where their voice should be.
Mm-hmm.
And men kind of just force
Power
it.
through.
Yeah, they're just like, I'm going to sound good here, or
It's
I'm going to
like-
sound good in this key.
It's true, and it's like I use it a lot. Like I use capos, and when I was playing in this rock band I was in, I capoed a lot of stuff. B is like my favorite key to sing in. B is easy peasy. I have a nice selection of low notes and high notes that I can sing in. But that meant I just had to capo everything on 3 and play it in a G shape. So like I was capoing a lot of songs on 3 and like, I don't know, I was moving stuff around, and A is great for me. So I'm always capoing, but the nice thing about a capo too is like if you're not feeling it, if you're like I am tired or like it's not gonna happen, I'm like I'm just gonna go sing it a half step down tonight. And like there was times where like back when I was like a working musician and then I was like gigging 5-6 days a week,
You're
sometimes
not
2
a working
days.
musician anymore?
Well, like a
We don't talk enough,
workhorse
so I'm not quite sure.
musician.
A workhorse musician.
I will say, because I'm a working musician now, but I feel like there was a time where I never said no to a gig because I was so afraid of being broke that I was just like, yes, I'll play it. Yes, I'll play it. So I was playing like 6 days a week, sometimes twice a day, and I was like so tired, and I would tune my guitar down half step, usually probably about just a half step, and like that was my bass line. And then everything was just easier, and I'm like, okay, if I'm feeling good, then I'll capo it up. If I'm feeling not so great, then I'll not use the capo.
I remember those days because I was watching you. You were doing your thing online, and I was watching you, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like, why am I here teaching all day? She's out here doing this. Like, I should be out there doing that too. But, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to turn the interviewer thing around.
No,
here.
this is a dialogue.
This is a dialogue, okay. How was it? Would you recommend it to other musicians?
She's a tug of war monster.
You have defense here. If you didn't want to answer the question,
She'll get you.
She might be psychic.
I will say I certainly learned a lot. It was exhausting.
It was a disaster?
Exhausting.
Oh, I thought you said it was a disaster. I was like, I saw you play a few times. It was not a disaster.
Thank you. Well, that's good. But it was exhausting, and it got to the point I burnt out really fast doing that. And I think because the types of gigs I was taking was all tourist performances, which isn't a bad thing. It's like there's a lot to be gained from those shows, but it was like 4, 5, 6 nights a week, 3-hour sets of cover songs, and it was exhausting. I made a lot of money, but it was exhausting. I think that there is something to be learned from playing those shows. You get your chops up, you learn to stand on your own 2 feet, you learn how to turn a cover song into your own. Like you learn all the tricks of the trade for the artists that you're covering, as far as like, you know, what chord progressions they use or what lyrical elements they use or melodic elements they use, and so you get to know your favorite artists that you're covering really well, and then Patty, and then turn them into your own. Not right now.
Patty,
Mom's talking.
I'm actually interested in what she's saying. Okay.
Mom's talking. Anyway, so, but yeah, so there's a lot to be learned from it. It's a good way to make money. It's a good way to keep your chops up, but it is like, it can't be the only thing. I think maybe there's a certain time where you earn your stripes that way and you learn what it is to like negotiate a deal with a booking person and to like put yourself out there bare bones in front of an audience, but I think it has to be balanced out with other things.
I've been curious. I've been curious about that.
Which
It's like, this is not unusual. Trust me, for me to have debris all over my shoulder from any given thing.
Oh my God.
But no, I was curious about that because honestly, I have been forever, for like 4 or 5 years. I've been like, okay, I'm gonna quit teaching this year. I'm gonna do it, and I'm just gonna play music, and that's it. And so I've looked at you, and I've looked at Shannon Runyon, and I've looked at a handful of other, Michelle Moonshine, a handful of other artists that have literally just like said, taken the dive and gone for it.
Yeah.
And so I've always been curious what it's actually like, and whether or not I would actually enjoy that. I think the hardest thing for me as a teacher is actually breaking away from students.
Yeah, you have a personal connection. It's funny because like I recently posted on Facebook I was considering teaching guitar lessons.
I thought you were.
I was was looking into it because like that week like 4 people had asked me if I taught, and I was like, well, I've never taught guitar lessons, so I was asking for advice. So it's funny that my thought, I will say, so I bartend and wait tables on the side, and the nice thing about that is it has freed up my ability to say no to all the gigs. I don't have to play all the gigs. I can go to work. Sorry, Melvin's Public House. I don't really use my brain. And then I come home and I still have all of my energy to put into songwriting and to the, marketing myself. Like I spent all day sitting in that lounge chair updating my website and my gigs and doing some marketing stuff for myself. But like being able to say no to those gigs has been really, really helpful, and not being super reliant on them. So I feel like there is balance to be struck between, because the thing about playing all the gigs is the last thing I wanted to do when I got home was practice or write. And so I feel like as a teacher, all you do is play music all day, and that's
similar.
So hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and so a lot of people are under the impression that when you're teaching music all day, you're just playing music all day. Actually, the majority of what I do is talk. That's actually mostly what I do is talk and listen, and then once in a while I might be like, no, it's right here.
Yeah.
Or like, no, this is how it goes. But still, just being immersed in music all day, it does take away from my desire. At the end of the day, do I want to sit around with the instrument? A lot of times, yes, but a lot of times, no, too. A lot of times I'm like, let's go grill a steak. And, have
100%.
beers. Have a martini with Alicia, which you are spilling all over the place, Alicia.
I'm a mess.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go
ahead.
No,
you're fine. I was going to say this, but my friend Shanna and Address and I were just talking about this the other day about marketing life, songwriter life, working leisure time balance, and there's this concept of in the artist's way. They talk about this a lot, where it's like you have to fill the well, so you have this artist's well of inspiration that you draw from, and that's where you create from. And if you don't do things that fill the well, then you're going to get writer's block, or you're going to not be able to play, or you're not going to be able to put your heart into it. And this is such a draining job where if you are playing for people who don't give back to you, then it sucks the life and energy out of you. Whereas if you're playing those shows where people are loving it and they're into it, it's reciprocal, right?
Well, we're also in Park City too. I mean, we're in Heber, but
the work's in Park City.
The work's in Park City, and so a lot of the majority of the time you're just playing for people who are eating dinner. They're not really paying attention to you.
So it's a balance of work, which I feel like those are good work jobs, because if you need money, you can play them, and it's still fun to play music for a living, but that for me, and I won't say for everybody, but for me, that can't be everything for me. And so that's when this happened and COVID started, I was like, well, I need to play songs for people who care, and there are still some people tuned in listening to me ramble. But it's those people who make it worthwhile, but also doing the things outside of music and that fill the well, that give you something to write about, that give you something to, like, you know, when you're introducing a song at a show, you have stories to tell and, like, these things and, like, those life experiences. Like, you can't just work all the time, and you can't just play all the time, and you can't just write all the time. Like, you have to, like, mix all the things together. Like, I need to play those entertainment gigs to make money so that I can afford to play the gigs that don't pay as well but are super emotionally rewarding. But I also have to pay my electric bill, so I work at a bar. But I also really like to golf, so I have to go golfing sometimes. So
You like to golf?
I like to golf a lot. Anyway, so it's the balance. It's like the balance. And I will say, like, going all in music, you will spend months troubleshooting the balance.
And
But
you
find
know what
it.
I think about? Sorry, last thought here.
Okay.
You know what I was thinking about when you're saying that is that we live in such like a fortunate place that we even have the ability to do any of that. Imagine if you lived in Illinois, Iowa, or what, you know, one of the I states. I'm sorry, but Indiana,
Cedar Rapids.
Indiana,
Like, what's the music
Illinois,
scene in
Iowa,
Cedar
you know,
Rapids?
like
Anybody?
there's not the ski town culture there, so it's
Yeah.
not like you can just subsist on.
Yeah, like there's work to be had. Like, I mean, you have a audience turnover every weekend because you have new tourists in town, so that's helpful for work. Anyway, Joshua Clare says loving this, so thank God someone cares about this ramble. We care. I enjoy these
It's my fault. I'm
conversations.
probably going to be extending her 1 hour cocktail hour to, let's see.
But it's an hour and 2 minutes.
We're already at an hour. That's my bad.
That's okay.
We're supposed to do 5 songs. Don't let me ramble.
It's okay. Like, the Facebook, there's no limit. It's
Oh,
fine.
wait. Network television won't shut us down.
Not yet.
Okay, I'll let you go.
I have another question later. For any entertainment lawyers in the group, get at me, because I have some questions about Facebook's new media guidelines. Anyway, this song's called Grace. Hear the wishes on a dandelion before the breeze blows them away. Hear the dew on a spider web, a silver and gold mosaic. You're the kind of fragile treasure I can't keep to myself. Grace. You're the every color in the sunset, in a constant state of change, surprising and delighting, and always worth the wait. I could tell you how to be, like I could tell the stars to shine. Grace. Wish I could save you from all the trouble this world's gonna put you through. All I can promise is I'll always be here. You're a white hot lightning bolt, striking in every way, as bright as you are quick. Even the thunder has nothing to say. It only takes a second in your presence to be changed to grace. Wish I could save you from all the trouble this life's gonna put you through. All I can promise is I'll always be here. because I love golf so much. I don't really like to watch golf. I like to play golf. Yeah. Janet says good ramblings. And Chris says enjoying the conversation. That's good. I'm glad people liked it.
That's good. I was curious. Have I drug this thing out way past every other artist? Probably the longest.
No, this is not the longest. Me and Shannon went like an hour 20. My dad and I went like an hour and a half. Because my dad, he talks a lot.
Well, we're going for the record.
There we go. I mean, as long as people are tuned in and no one cares, like, whatever. This is my yard. We got our drinks. Oh, I have a drink.
Yard.
Don't
let any of those people tell you what to do with your yard.
Oh,
Okay? No, mine's gone. I'm sorry.
Patty, stop it. Oh, funny. Anyway.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Less rambling, more music.
Sure. Well, you can tell me a little bit, at least, about your next song that you're going to play for us today. Because I do like... We very rarely get to tell these parts of the story of the song. So I feel like, by all means, fill us in where the song came from or what you want us to know about it.
It's true. One of the one of the things that I was kind of excited about to play this cocktail hour. Alicia's Stockman cocktail. Alicia's Stocktail hour. The one thing I was kind of excited about is it's really hard to find listening rooms anymore where people are actually listening to you or care about what you're singing about or care about your actual song. So it's nice to actually tell people about what you're playing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, ironically, this next song is kind of it's kind of a classic throwback to just a simple concept of just a love song that doesn't have like a super deep meaning. It's just it's all on its face of just falling for a person. And I would say the vast majority of songs are probably about love, and this one actually relates back to a really classic rock and roll song that I've kind of turned around and done my own thing with and made it acoustic. So this is another song that we'll be releasing on an album. We have 10 songs coming out here in the next few months. So this one's called She Got a Hold on Me.
She's so fine, her soul made of sunshine, eyes like the stars in the sky. Baby, she's so fine, her soul like the sunshine, eyes like the stars in the sky. Help me, she got a hold on me. Help me, Lord, she got a hold on me. Help me, she got a hold on me. Help me, Lord, she got a hold on me. Baby, she's so fine, her soul dark as midnight, her eyes shine like diamonds in the sky. Baby, she's so fine, her soul like the sunshine, her eyes like the stars in the sky. me, she got a hold on me. Help me, Lord, she got a hold on me. Help me, she got a hold on me. Help me, Lord, she got a hold on me. Now I got that sunshine in my life. 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 Help me, she got a hold on me. Help me, Lord, she got a hold on me. Help me, she put a spell on me. Help me, Lord, she got a hold on me. Help me, she put a spell on me. Help me, Lord, she got a hold on me.
I love the stop in that. There we go. I love the stop in that, like the little breath that you kind of like, oh, and then it keeps going. Like it's a really cool musical piece. I feel like you have really cool composition in the way that you write songs.
Thank you. So, I'll keep this short. So, the electric version is, it's tits. So,
Cool. I mean, I was just thinking that the whole time. I was like, this has got, like, a full produced version of this has got to be so cool.
yeah, my buddy, his name's Chandler. He used to play with a band called the Arvos. He does really awesome electric guitar work over the top of that. I just play the acoustic guitar, but the drums, the bass, and the electric guitar over the top of it is all really phenomenal. Also, Nick Moyle from Park City did all the bass on the track.
Oh, cool.
That one's actually pretty much done, and we're really stoked.
When is that gonna come out?
We're probably looking at November, December.
Okay. Cool.
We're just
Do
waiting.
I get a sneak peek because
We're just
we're
waiting to
friends?
see if the. No, I don't have 7 CDs in my car.
I have a CD player now. I can listen to CDs again.
You have one now? I know. I wanted to get one now too.
Well, I was driving a Cadillac Eldorado with a tape deck in it, so I couldn't listen to any CDs. So I had a really
Things you should
a hard
just hold the
time.
guitar up there.
My other thought about that song was it was very Jack White of you. Like it had a very Jack White feel to it, which was cool.
Thank you. And I'll just fill you in on really got a hold on me. You know, I mean, not that anybody needed to be filled in. I just took that and did a different.
Yeah. It like at the very beginning I had like this like 60s rock feel.
You don't have to do that. Watch this.
Oh, the sun's moving. Okay, great. But it had a very 60s rock feel, and then I was like, but then in the middle I was like, this reminds me of somebody. Who is it? And I couldn't think, and I was like, oh, it's totally Jack White. Like I get that. Anyway, very cool. Very cool. Joshua LeClaire says Joshua LeClaire says beautiful lyrics. Kenneth says excellent job. Love the guitar and
Thank
lyrics.
you, Kenneth. Thank you, Joshua.
You guys are really nice people. Thanks for just being awesome. Kenneth, by the way, thanks for your note. It was really very, very kind note that you sent. Yeah. Everyone who tunes into this is super nice. Like, I mean, I'm glad there's no one trolling me. That would suck.
I mean, who would troll us?
I don't
right?
know. Who would troll this? I mean, you could just leave if you don't like it. It's not a very low commitment situation. Okay, we'll do one more round.
Sure.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna play a stupid song, and then you have the responsibility of ending on a solid, the best song of all time. Okay, great.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, I'm gonna play the song. So I recently sold a 1984 Volkswagen Westfalia. Technically, it was a 1983 and a half was the year.
And we'll ramble about this later, but what the hell's the matter with you?
Let me tell you in a song.
Okay.
The song is called Van Life. Once upon a time, I saw an Instagram post of a couple in a van driving up the west coast. They quit their jobs, put their toes in the sand, and I said to myself, hey self, let's buy a van. Well, it seemed like a pretty good idea at the time, so I went on Craigslist, started shopping online. I was looking at Dodges and Chevys and such, and I set my eyes on a green Volkswagen bus, a Westfalia. Van life, van life. I didn't choose the van life. Van life chose me. True story. When I got it home, I named it the Big Dill, because it looked like a pickle and it was kind of a big deal, and it needed some work, as you can probably guess. So I cracked my knuckles and I started to wrench. Well, I tightened up the linkage, put new gas tank seals, new faucet, new plumbing, rotated the wheels, replaced the fuel filter, did electrical too, and a new ignition coil, a new exhaust, fixed an exhaust leak, unstuck a sticky gas pedal, fixed the odometer, and a full transmission rebuild, just to name a few, and new seat covers. Van life, van life. I didn't choose the van life. Van life chose me. Take it away, Casey. Finally the time came to hit the road in my two-bed, no-bath vacation home. It's pretty popular everywhere that I went. Both hipsters and hippies wanted to be my friend. Till one day when I was chugging along outside of Rock Springs, I knew something was wrong. The rusty old van had finally had enough. I lost all compression and the Big Dill bit the dust. As they loaded up the tow truck to haul it away, I was oh so relieved that I had AAA. We drove off into the setting sun, the adventures of the Big Dill were done. Van life, van life. I didn't choose the van life. Van life chose me. One more time. Save yourself the trouble and buy a Toyota Camry. The end. That's why I sold the van.
That's why you sold the van.
All those things.
Oh man, see you've avoided so many of these things that I've been wanting to do. Westfalia van. I've wanted to. So I might need your.
This is what 1 year of wisdom of life has on me.
Right. Thank you.
Being a year older than you.
What
So-
month? What month?
September. My birthday was like 2 days ago.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. That was not anyway. When's your birthday?
June.
June. So do you just turn 40? Alright. This is fun. And now that the sun's out of our eyes, this is just the perfect setting. Keith just tuned in. He's really late. That's okay.
Keith?
Guess what? We're going late, Keith.
Thanks, Keith.
Welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Keith, I'm glad that you're here.
So yeah. So what's up?
Let's see. Let's do another one,
Yeah.
And I'm kind of trying to figure out what mood of song to
What-
do.
what
If
the-
Keith could really.
Keith, what kind of song do you want to hear?
Keith, what kind of song do you want to hear?
My mom said it's poetic that the big dill bit the dust in Rock Springs. I'm like, there's nothing poetic about Rock Springs. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let's see.
What kind of mood are we in? Well, don't answer that. Keith, what kind of song do you want to hear? Like a serious, like what are your choices? What do we have to choose from?
Well, so what I intend to do is create a really versatile selection of all sorts of fusions. So I want, mix it up. You want to
Like
hear
prog rock and R&B, or like
sure prog rock R&B. I mean, we just did prog rock and R&B. Okay, that was the last thing I did. So please not that one. But
redundant.
Whatever you think. You want to hear reggae? You want to hear some?
Chris says rock out to end the evening. She says rock out.
Well,
Chris,
that's very broad, Chris. But,
Chris knows.
but I'm down. All right. We're rocking out to the end of the evening. Let's see.
Or to end the evening.
Oh, to end the
reading
evening.
is hard.
Oh, he means give him. All right.
Did you know Chris Thorne? She had a house concert series in Salt Lake.
I don't think so.
Oh, anyway, she's a badass. And Chris asked to rock out.
Oh. Rock out. Wow. All right. That's a lot of pressure.
Weren't you in a rock band for a long time?
I am, but what do I do when there's no drums?
I can shake a cocktail.
More cocktails. Yeah, let's see. Okay.
Keith says something original. Kenneth says, how about Southern rock? Can you do
Southern
rocking southernly originally?
Wow.
Something
all right.
Lucas Nelson-y.
What's that?
Something like a Lucas Nelson, something that would go on his playlist, but that you wrote.
Okay,
Challenge.
wow. Yeah, now I'm seriously
Would you?
regretting asking what. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll do a couple. I'll do a couple things here for you. Well, I mean, I'll do one thing because
One song, couple
one
things.
Song. Yeah, sorry, a couple things in one song. All right, so. All right. So this song is called Tom Huck. Yes, Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, who have merged into one character here. His name is Tom Huck, and he's wandering down a dirt road with his dog, and his dog sees a rabbit and goes chasing off after the rabbit. Of course, Tom Huck doesn't have a leash because this is in antiquity, in times without leashes. And
Certainly no poop bags.
no poop bags. No poop bags. It was disgusting. Poops anyway. So anyway, this song is called Tom Huck. It's about Tom Huck who went down a dirt road. His rabbit, his dog starts going after a rabbit. How many of these did you give me?
Just the two.
Just the two. Okay. He goes chasing after his dog, and he can't find him for a long time. He founds. These are strong. So he finds his dog down by the river, sleeping underneath a whiskey still, and the rabbit is running around. The dog hasn't caught the rabbit, so he decides to sit down on the stream with his feet in the river, and he lays back and falls asleep. And when he wakes up, the owner of the whiskey still is there, and he is shooting after his dog, and he has to defend his dog, and he ends up killing the owner of the whiskey still with his own rifle. I don't know if you followed that. Dude follows his dog after a rabbit, falls asleep drinking whiskey at a whiskey still, and then has to kill the guy who's following him. So here we go.
Is this a murder ballad?
It is a murder ballad.
I thought
And it starts in major, and then you'll distinctly hear when he wakes up from cooling his feet in the stream. So.
Super funny.
Little old Tom Huck, he went walking down the road to his soul, but he was not walking alone. He had a dog with a killer's tooth who went chasing on the loose after after rabbit, even after he's been chasing for food. With a long time Huck, he went walking down the road to his soul, but he was not walking alone. The dog with the killer's tooth, who went chasing on the loose after rabbit, even after he'd been playing it for a fool. On such high and low, and oh, the wind did blowing down that whiskey road, flowed into his old soul. Out of sheer dumb luck, her pound his dog on hound dog bug. He'd been asleep beneath the steaming still wild rabbits near the mud. Now run, Tom, run. There's a man with a gun. He's got white lightning in his blood. You, he's on the hunt. Now run, Tom, run. The white lightning in your blood will be dragging you down into a midnight moonshine flood. Now run, Tom, run. There's a man with a gun. He's got white lightning in his blood. For you, he's on the hunt. Now run, Tom, run. There's a man with a gun. He's got white lightning in his blood. For you, he's on the hunt. Now hide, Tom, hide, 'cause you can't leave a friend behind, says a little voice inside. Spoke with a killer's pride. Now hide, Tom, hide. Just grab the rifle at your side. Don't you think twice. Put your eyes up to the sides. Strike, Tom, strike when the moment is right. And I know it just ain't right. Take the man's alive. Strike, Tom, strike when the moment is right. And I know it just ain't right. Take the man's alive. Now run, Tom, run. There's a man with a gun. He's got white lightning in his blood. For you, he's on the hunt. Now run, Tom, run. The white lightning striking all around. The thunder rocks the ground and carries you into the sound. Now run, Tom, run. To the blood-red setting sun. The man, he's face down in the mud. Now he's on the hunt. Now run, Tom, run. White lightning in your blood will be dragging you down into a midnight moonshine flood. Now run, Tom, run to the blood-red setting sun. The man, he's face down in the mud. Lord, what have you done? Now run, Tom, run. The white lightning striking all around. The thunder rocks the ground, carries you into the sound.
This was fun.
That's the short version
That's a
that I just made up.
That you just made up. That's awesome. Well, thank you everybody for tuning into our cocktail hour. We drank Gibsons. We played our Gibsons. and we sang our songs.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, no, I played a Gibson
Wow,
too.
man. I'm such a
Yours
dick.
is yours older? What year is yours? What is yours?
Mine is a 74.
Yours is a 70. I was gonna say it looks like it's a more vintage
This was
style.
passed down to me by my father. It still says Provo, Utah, Perger Music on the back.
Wow, that's so cool.
It probably hasn't existed for 50 years.
Music store.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's full maple.
Beautiful.
Anyway,
Mine is a. Let's talk about our Gibsons, because also I tagged Gibson guitars in this post, so maybe they will send us more guitars. Probably not. I have a Gibson CL30 made in Bozeman. Is it Bozeman? Bozeman. I was like, Billy's?
yeah.
No, Bozeman.
I think it was, anyway, go on.
I think, yeah, this one was made in their Montana shop. And then 1997 Gibson CL30. I don't know. I really like it. Super stoked about this guitar. I bought it on the internet. I don't have a cool story behind it other than, I don't know, it was just finally my first like grown-up
I
guitar.
love Gibsons, personally.
The
cocktail, not the... Anyway.
Patty Griffin plays a Gibson most of the time, so I don't know if you noticed, but I really like her. Anyway, everybody, thanks for tuning in. And next week I have B. Elizabeth, aka Elizabeth Harza, is my guest.
Shut up.
We're going to do it over Zoom. She's going to be here, but she's having car issues, so she's not going to be here till October, and we're going to have a sequel episode. But next week is B, and then the week after that is Jordan Matthew Young, and the week after that is Andrew Wiscombe, and I'm like stoked about this September lineup. It's super cool. Thank you so much, Casey. His website is in the description. I point like I know which way it is. I don't know where it is, but he teaches music, and he's great, and he plays shows, and he's great. So if you want to know about him, go to that website, and you can be his friend.
I'll be at the corner in Midway tomorrow.
Tomorrow. There you go. 6 to 9.
6 to 9.
6 to 9 p.m. in Midway, so go check him out.
I'll be at Silver Star on the 24th.
And Silver Star on the 24th.
I'll be at Afterward on the 19th.
Look at you. You have a full schedule. Where are all these? Are these posted anywhere?
No, actually.
Does someone just text you? Will you just tell them?
Somebody's
about
just like, you want to play this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm there. And then we play it. And the crowd's built
it? Do you
in.
play with your band, or do you play by yourself?
I play with a buddy of mine. His name's Mac.
Oh yeah, you do Morgan and McCune.
Yeah,
it?
we used to do Morgan and McCune. Josh moved to Salt Lake.
Okay.
We've gone kind of different ways. So I have a different partner now. His name's Mac, and he's like, hate to say it, but he's a way better guitarist than I am. I teach guitar, and he doesn't. And he's like 25, and he's way better than most people that I know.
That's
so
amazing.
he's really awesome.
So you guys are playing all those shows together.
Yeah. So yeah, in order, the corner tomorrow, Friday. On the 19th, we'll be at Afterward, which is in Heber on Main Street, which is like amazing food, by the way.
And yeah, great cocktails, great food, great staff. Like everything about it is just awesome.
Yeah, I mean the management there is like phenomenal. And then after that, we're also at High West. And then where else did I say? You don't remember either.
Yeah.
Now, my sponsors are going to be
Silver
mad
Star.
at me. Silver Star. Silver Star on the 24th.
Silver Star.
And Silver Star is amazing. All of the restaurants that I've mentioned are premium.
Ugh, the beef stroganoff and the Silver Star gets me every time.
Stop it. It's
I know.
mushroom stroganoff.
Mushroom stroganoff.
You're
you can get it with beef.
You're a murderer.
You can get it with beef. Anyway.
I get it with beef, but we're both we're murderers.
Well, let's talk behind our hands. Anyway, we're going to ramble off screen now, but thank you guys so much for being here. Sign up for my email list. Go look at Casey's website. Go check him out at a live show, and we'll see you guys next week. Tell all your friends, and thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you later. Goodbye!